Akron has a special place in my heart and in my running career. It's the first marathon that I ever ran. It's also where I've ran my fastest marathon. When I ran my first and second marathon in Akron, I didn't know that Akron's actually pretty hard because of the elevation. And I had no reference because I had never run any other marathons. And because of that, I didn't really remember how tough it would be, especially after 5 or 6 years and putting on 20, 25 pounds. My running capability is a little bit different than it used to be when I was just running, and that's all I did. So returning to Akron this year is really important to me because after not being able to run marathons for 3 years and finally getting back into it this year and trying to complete this goal of running 4 marathons this year, and I thought that running Akron this year was gonna be the race. This was gonna be the one where I felt like I was back at that peak fitness that I was 6 years ago. And it was gonna be the race where I PR'd and everything was gonna be amazing and everything was finally gonna go right.
It's time to move up wave 1. It's time to get it started. It's great to be back on the blue line. Through the 20 in time. Who's ready to run it? 3, 2,
1, go! So we started the race. You know, there's always all the race jitters, and everyone always goes out way too fast. And I felt like I was working a little bit, but I didn't let it get to me. I just tried to stick to that pace that I had planned.
Thank you very much.
So me and my dad are in the car on the way to the race. I looked over at my dad, I said, "Dad, I forgot my shoes." At that point, I had a decision to make. Was I going to suck it up and try to run this race without my running shoes, or was I going to just give up and not even attempt the race at all? At that moment, I said, you know what? I'm gonna run this race. I'm gonna lace up whatever shoes I have on now, and whatever happens, happens. I'm just gonna try to run the best race I can. My body started to warm up, and I honestly forgot that I was not wearing my running shoes. I was running and I was on cloud 9. About mile 13 and a half is where we started on the Towpath Canal Trail. And that was all crushed limestone. Crushed limestone takes up a lot of the energy that you're putting down to the ground. And so I knew that that was gonna be tough. But what I didn't realize was how long of an uphill that was gonna be and how hard it was going to be to run that part because of the energy being lost from not only running on crushed limestone, but also because I didn't have the same shoes on that I trained in that are actually meant for running.
This is not the key right here. This doesn't work.
And the method that I tried to use this time to keep my electrolyte powder in was rolling up little foil tubes.
It doesn't work. Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this method.
They crunched up and the powder didn't come out. It was all a mess and it just took forever.
The trash can? All right, let's go.
That's when my feet started feeling the effects of running in that particular pair of shoes. So your feet they feel like they're on fire. Sand Run Parkway. This road had so many rolling hills, and at one point I remember, it was around mile 18, going up this hill. I was mid-run and I just stopped and I said, you know what, I've got to finish because that's what I set out to do. But this one just isn't gonna be it.
Good job. Good job.
I remember at that point, I just felt really discouraged and really disappointed because everything that I had done prior to that,
Smiling's my favorite. Hi. Hey.
everything I planned for, all my training, my nutrition was on point, my pacing strategy was good. Why did this happen again? Why'd this happen to me? Why'd this happen again for a third time this year? Why couldn't I just have a race that finally everything clicked? And then I remembered, most of the races that you do aren't going to go 100% the way you think they're going to. It's not about the actual race. It's about everything that you do leading up to the race and the things that you learn, the experiences that you go through and how you grow as a person. And I think that's really important because most people in life won't try to go for the next bigger and better thing to challenge themselves. If you don't challenge yourself with something that's uncomfortable, then you're never gonna grow. And to me, what this race was, and really what this entire year has been, is challenging myself to grow and being uncomfortable. And that's really important.
Here comes Benjamin Kelly. Way to go, Benjamin. Way to go, Benjamin.
They say that good things take time. So that means I will be back.
Good, go for it.